So welcome back to the T2 Hub with me, Spencer Locker.
And me, Martin Johnson.
Martin.
Yes.
As you know, I'm not that experienced with sales. I tend to take a bit of a back seat. However, always fascinates me when you're talking with Dave and talking with customers about the sales processes and things like that. However, we've recently seen that we're in a bit of a recession. And people keep the money, they don't spend the money. So when you start talking about selling products or people buying products, how's that been affected? That's causing this?
Yeah, well, as you rightly say, we've just announced recently, I think it was last week officially, we've entered a recession in the UK. For many, that can seem as doom and gloom. For others, it might be an opportunity. We've obviously got COVID. It's not gone, it's ongoing. So there's the fear of second waves and local lockdowns and all sorts of stuff which impacts, obviously, business. So for salespeople in particular right now, it's a really, really tricky time because is it right to go on the offensive and sell? Is it the nature of the way you do it? Has the goalposts changed? You know, what is the right and wrong thing to do? And I think I want to link this into a very, very short video on the 4 reasons buyers buy. So we talk about the 4 reasons buyers buy all the time. And it might be worth just quickly reiterating the 4 reasons buyers buy. So typically, if you're going to bring your product or service alive in the mind of the buyer, you've got to go on that mission of discovery to find out the opportunities or problems that you might be able to help them solve or exploit. And that typically comes in 4 things. Can you help me increase sales? Number 1. Number 2, can you help me reduce costs? Number 3, can you help me wow my customers or deliver better products or services to my customers? And number 4, can you help me retain or develop my people? So I'll just sort of put them up here, Spence. So the 4 reasons buyers buy typically, forget COVID and a recession, it's can you help me increase sales? Number 1. Number 2, can you help me reduce costs? Number 3, can you help me wow my customers or deliver better products and services to my customers? And number 4, can you help me engage or develop my people? Right. So if you think about that right now, has anything changed as a result of the recession or COVID? Do we still all need to achieve these things as organisations? Well, the answer, Spence, is probably now more than ever.
Right.
But maybe in a slightly different way.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So taking sales, for example, right now organisations have gone through a period of 4 or 5 months where their sales revenue is likely to be down as a result of not trading. So every business owner or every business's biggest focus right now is to get the sales engine motoring, to get the revenue generation going again. If you're a business where you've been lucky and you've typically got reoccurring revenue models, you may be fine. But for anybody else, it's really important that that still stands. So when you're having conversations as salespeople with your customers or prospective customers, you've got to try and find a way of how your product or service can help them increase their sales revenue.
Right.
That's still apparent today, Spence.
Yeah.
Costs. Can you help me reduce costs? As much as people's sales are down, their overheads have remained the same. So organisations, many are going through redundancies and cost-saving exercises, but wherever you can help a client or a customer reduce their cost, their operating model right now, you're going to be on the money. There's going to be opportunities for you to do that. So talk about how you can help companies reduce costs. Number 3, how can you help me wow my customers or deliver better products or services to my customers? Well, now more than ever, the capital nice to have spend type stuff is going to be few and far between. But we can still help customers deliver first class service and products to their customers. If your product or service allows them to do that, then you need to drive conversations around that. And this one's an interesting one. We know firsthand here at T2 with people. If people are retaining people in the organisation right now, Spence, they have to settle them down. They have to show some leadership. And the way to do that is to show that you're going to continue to develop and engage and invest in your people right now. The ones who you choose to retain have to be productive right through this period. So showing that you're going to develop your people is really, really important. So any organisation out there who can provide a product or service that will help others invest in, engage or develop their people, there's going to be opportunities. So I think the 4 reasons buyers buy, Spence, more than ever is relevant.
Right, yeah.
But it's just that you've got to slightly shift and change the conversations you're having to the current environment.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, certainly, yeah, definitely. So when you are out there, when you are looking at, because it's covering all sort of areas of business, isn't it? Sales, obviously you've got your sales department. Costs, you can have your finance department, but everybody's sort of involved in costs. Customers, customer relationships, and that covers everybody within the organisation, your employees, your management, your customer facing employees, and people. Well, you've got your people. So you're talking about external people, your customers, internal people, your employees.
And that's why I love this model, because in these 4 areas, like you say, you cover in any organisation, how any organisation runs. You know, even a public sector organisation that's not a commercial entity, these 4 strands are still incredibly important. So if you're an NHS institution or a police force or a fire and rescue service or a council, right? You don't have the commercial element of sales, but you still need to increase funding or watch cash flow or whatever it might be. Yeah. Costs, though, for public sector are going to be really important. So although you might not have this element as strongly as the commercial sector, you're certainly going to be able to drill down on costs. Yeah. Customers, well, it's patients in the NHS, for example, or it's serving the public or whatever it might be. It's still relevant. We've got to deliver great service and wow them. And looking after our own people to be able to deliver on that is universally relevant. So I like these 4 pillars, because and this is the big thing right now, if you're going in there as a salesperson and you're talking about your product or service and the features and functionality and benefits of that, before you've even had any of these conversations, nobody's going to spend money with you. They just aren't, right? Whereas if you start having conversations right now, in the middle of a recession, in a COVID world of uncertainty, around how you can help your customers or prospective customers increase their sales or revenue, reduce or streamline their costs, wow their customers and pivot to deliver more relevant customer products and services right now, or retain, engage, develop your people, your customers' people, then people will be interested. There is money there. There is investment going on, but you've got to link into these main 4 reasons buyers buy right now. No longer is it going to be a world where we can just spend and take a punt on some capital at a trial of a product or service, or we might do a bit of an innovative project. There will be some of that going on. But right now, you really need to hone in on the fundamentals of business outcomes or organizational outcomes by driving business-led conversations around these 4 things. And if you do that, and you can then demonstrate as a result how your product or service can help them achieve that, then you're going to have some success. I see this, like 2008 in the financial crisis, I see this as an opportunity, right? And those out there who see it as an opportunity, but they can make sure that ethically they are pivoting and shifting to be able to deliver value to their customers in these areas to help them survive and thrive, those are the people who are going to come out of this, you know, in the way that I think people can come out of it.
Cool. Thank you very much, Martin. That's pretty clear and succinct and to the point.
You're welcome.
Excellent. Thank you. We'll be back with another T2 video shortly.